moving forward in, of course, a very similar map pool to where they got defeated. So this for them should be road to recovery, potentially at least in their confidence, if they can close this out cleanly. However, X10, we already had Fox stand up a little bit. We need the rest to be able to meet that sort of caliber because he has been popping off. The rest, though, are a little quiet on map 1.
Yeah, and I guess once again, the key stakeholders here on defense, at least in terms of information gathering. Hold that thought. Sushi actually gonna get peeked on B here. Doma will do actually come out on top of that massively in terms of the damage. They're gonna reset back towards Garage, at least deal with some of the utility here. So this is the sort of thing I was just about to start talking about. It's reacting off of this early information here, and Fox actually will find first blood. Durka will fall, but FNATIC set up elsewhere. It's the perfect contact to give them.
This is great for a beginning.
Taking that back.
Now where does the lean come in towards? Supposed to gonna take that garage control, but then back away from this for now. Look towards that B site. Still utility on the way in. It's a very slow piece going forward. They're not making any noise with this so far, trying to navigate their way around as quietly as possible.
Look at it. Ooh.
30 seconds left.
I love
Now,
this.
Cruz is watching the CT push, so he's aware that, of course, B is open for business and someone could potentially come through, but keep in mind how far away Fox is. Cruz needs to stay alive. The flash is pretty good for at least one. Did get the blind as well towards Doma, but Magnum's on the trade, so already the site's going to be under control. They've got to be aware of Fox, and it seems as though they are. Yeah, Magnum's on the case for that. Now, Spike planted, though. The retake still got some legs to this. Don't think it's over unless Boaster does more of that. No, Pattypan quickly shuts that down before that became any sort of problem. Mystic still towards Hell, and it's just Mystic. Tries to turn the own flash. Knives out, baby. Let's go. Mystic gets 2, but Scary calms our worries. And X10 gonna get the pistol.
For a moment there, when he's able to still throw out that flash, I'm like, no way. Batman comes in swinging with the knife to try and close it out. Again, good presence of mind, though. Again, with the early information, Magnum immediately, after they find this trade onto Cruz, Magnum immediately comes across to address Suez, knowing full... I'm glad we caught that as well. Again, if he finds that kill a little earlier, maybe he can reset, actually, for that final kill onto Scary. Very much doable there. I think actually going to invest back into this. Yeah, look at this. 3 Spectres, the Marshal coming out.
That's a pretty comparable purchase. That's not bad at all. Fox could be in trouble, but Durka taking a little bit of space, but his Boaster might be leaning in on this Doma, ready to try and set this in motion.
Oh, he's going to wall the wrong side.
And here we go. Fox, how much damage can you do? One's good. He could have done maybe a little more, but straight through. Scary and Cruz just going to lock that down. Perfect play from X10. Instantly nullifying any threat that could have happened towards B.
Well, Magnum will find Sushi, though. Get hunted down. I know exactly where he is. Pattypan going to post up, and we'll find the final kill. That really, really good setup there from X10, and anticipating the hit and run, I guess, execute onto B's site and putting Fox there with a judge. Only good for one, but and the cleanup was perfect here. Coming through from A and C Link at the same time, actually.
Yeah. No hesitation on that. Everyone just piled on in. That's a great response from X10 to instantly lean towards it. No holding back at all. And FNATIC will be put in the pocket for a little bit on the economy, at least.
You can't carry across this, so Sushi Boy actually only with a ghost here, but if he could just play distance, it should be fine for him. He's going to be tucked onto the back of C's side, and FNATIC actually looking like they want to force all the way up through the utility onto C. Durka will immediately find him. Scary will trade, but more to deal with.
Yeah, but Scary's not taking any damage. No time to reload just yet, but he gets a little fadeaway on Mystic. Still standing, still doing work. Where's the next bit of danger going to come from? Anything from Doma? Yes! He does find Fox. Now suddenly he could have done some damage, but no. Pattypan, great positioning, making sure to maintain. No threats. Damage was there, but the round is X10's. And at this point, I think just getting in that motion, getting in that flow state, getting themselves a couple of rounds on the board after Icebox is exactly what they need.
They get damage done, yes, but well, they carried across 2 Spectres, the Bulldog, and Ghost coming in and feeling themselves after that cleanup. Yeah, and that's good to see after getting picked apart on Icebox to come back in with the right energy and get the first 3 rounds on the board.
It's much better. Fox quickly on the op though. Heard the Sky Flash pop. I'm going to fall away from this for now. Had a little bit of a look towards sewers, but decides to not go for that much more. And you can see that kind of eventual fight potentially happening on A-Long as well, but FNATIC have a couple of challenges to just try and get this map control to build.
If Cruz saw anything there, but Durka already tucked opposite sandbags here, so could get caught off guard. The creep comes through, and actually Cruz will escape for the time being. Blind will slow things down a little bit as well, as there's nobody coming through sewers here. It's everybody stacked on long if they decide to force through. The good thing is actually nobody else from X10 giving anything else away on the other side of the map, as FNATIC now going to throw a little bit of utility down. Makes me think they're going to try and force through as 5 here onto A side.
They managed to pull away 2 of the flashes, now 3 from Cruz, so he's going to have to try
No
and play
info off
this.
that. Look at this.
30 seconds left.
And this rotation? There's no one on A. They're all biting on this Mystic fake and just sending in the fake flash as well, keeping all these players that they can walk onto the side completely scot-free. That's unbearable for X10. They had 3 players here. They were all in the right place for this. And the retake's going to be rough as well. Mystic still got that flank. He's still holding map control.
It's on the back of Cruz getting no audio cue off that flash. No information gathered, or at least the information they think nobody's there. And Mystic's timing sells this fake perfectly. X10 now got to break through with a 4v5 retake. FNATIC already set up everything in place to hold this now. Durka already causing problems in heaven. Will get dealt with.
There's no player in hell either. Interesting post plants here. Doma could get isolated depending on Magnum on the swing from sight. Takes a fair crack of damage there himself, down to 17 HP, but time. And Fox with that off, he's probably going to want to try and keep that, but Doma's now going to cut off the retreat. Fox is in a little bit of trouble. Oh, he doesn't get away either. Good catch from Doma there, just to cost them that op. Picking it up if they wanted, opting to not go for it this time around. They're happy with what they've got.
I love that timing as well. If FNATIC actually read that perfectly, it's like, yeah, did anybody get blind? No, we can immediately creep on the back of this and actually probably get close enough to hear the audio cue of them falling away, right? So right there, Mystic's got all the information he needs to work on. He needs to throw out the flash, throw the seekers in, and then as soon as only one of those goes to C site, and you know, a couple will split off towards garage or whatever, then it's literally the perfect fake from FNATIC. Dealing with that information perfectly. And like I said, I mean, you look towards a couple of players of X10 to be the stakeholders in terms of map control here and gathering information. Right there, FNATIC pivot perfectly on it.
Now, ult did just come up, and we saw that being picked up by Pattypan there, so he's going to pop the ult, try and keep control of sewers and slip back towards A. Still a 3-play stack towards A as well, coming out from X10. FNATIC, however, exploring options elsewhere. Durka not shy on showing presence, but has to be cautious. There was a little bit of a play out on long from the jet on the other side, so Durka again trying to maintain a little bit of presence, but joining the rest towards that C side.
A little bit of a set piece here. Is Magnum lining up this Nano Swarm. Mystic going to try and clear through some of these close angles in Cubby. Coming through just yet, but Doma with the pinch actually will find Sushi, and now Scary got to be very careful. Isolated on backside here, and Doma will clean him up as well.
Yeah, that isolation coming in through Garage. Doma with a bit of a wide step on it. Pattypan though dragged back away. Can't do exactly what he wanted. Still finding Doma, but look at this. Fox has to do some big work now. Even Pattypan going to be called upon in a 2v3. Now the spike's yet to be planted. That's in the hands of Magnum right now, being dragged towards side. Pattypan, he's ahead of this. He's going to get the freebie. Denies the spike plant. Quick trade, though. Now the 1v2. Fox can still do this. 13 seconds for the plant. There's a player in the back. Cubby of sights. Darker says no. FNATIC convert. And with the 2 standing.
It's super unlucky for Pattyban, not able to escape there. Does deny the plant coming through, but they're so split that unfortunately, I mean, I could say as well, Fox potentially needs to time his push at the same time there. Pattyban has no option to get out, and I don't know what Sushi was doing there. He completely caught sleeping inside Garage. Didn't even react to Doma walking up.
Spike down, C.
Really, really nice round from FNATIC. Yeah, a good response. Gonna 2 back on the board for themselves, and actually X10 on a funky buy here, and FNATIC looking to change the pace.
Oh, the flash. Just Boaster was so ready for it. Utility was there as well to try and slow the hit, but Dirk now going to fill the void. And this is just FNATIC striding through towards the site here. This is going to be hard to handle. The flank gets caught. Fox found. And now it's down to the 2, and playing retake on these weapons is never fun. So when the spike plant goes in, you can kind of put this one in the pockets of FNATIC, unless Durka massively overextends, but no, he's keeping his composure here. Scary now. Might be just forced to try and catch a couple on the way out, maybe do whatever damage he could, but now noted. It's just not a nice situation to be in, is it?
A Bucky in hand is not what it used to be, that's for sure. I don't think FNATIC are even going to give him the consolation. Should leave him alive, actually, here. Okay, maybe clear him up. An opportunity to punish the economy even further, force him to carry that Bucky across into the next. It's almost like the most shameful thing that can come out of that is being forced to save the Bucky.
Never nice, is it? But the space, FNATIC are finding it. They're not being held up at all. This confidence from Icebox seems to have been carried into now the gun rounds at least. But we do have the buy coming back out for X10, so if there's going to be a time to stop the rot, it has to be now. Because keep in mind how these rounds have gone down. We had the force from FNATIC in the second, so you expect that knock-on if they didn't convert it. So the first 3 kind of get put down almost as that pistol round, as in a weird way. But once these rifles have come out for both sides and the break on the back of it, X10 have kind of been struggling a bit. Let's see what this goes down like. Already an early investment of the ult here.
Yeah, Fox is drifting down C long. He might catch one, but it's a triple P comes through there. Does find the first, but traded. Doma find that one will get Magnum straight back on his feet.
Yeah, there's utility here, but there's no one to stop this or utilize it. Durka's already worked his way forward. Paddypan has no idea. Durka is just thriving in no man's land. He is just claiming it as his own. And once again, X10 on the player disadvantage. Sushi, Scary, and Cruz going to try and find ways back in, but that was a quick hit. There's still plenty of utility with FNATIC. Ball goes up. Durka just going to be sitting there, funneling them forward, just dodging bullets like Neo. No problem. Tapping away. Keeping them back, biding the time. Seeker's coming out as well. Big investment for X10. Now, timing on the reload could work out, but no. Mystic on the bailout. Durka's still alive. Scary, not looking so threatening until now. Comes alive, gets 3. The final player. Would he expect it? No. Mystic pushing up aggressively to find him. And it's going to be another for FNATIC, even though X10 did get close.
Came very close, and I mean, on the back of that investment, rightfully so. And down the Cosmic Divide as well. Pretty late on during that retake, actually after the Seekers get thrown. FNATIC were just good enough control. And again, it's a similar thing to what we saw on Icebox. That's a really good use of the wall here to create just another choke point. Forcing Boaster gets caught in that lurk actually pretty early on. Usually in these sorts of executions, we look towards Boaster to be that late round presence or the game changer for FNATIC, and it didn't end up mattering this time. I think actually as soon as they find that lurk kill, right, they can kind of be a little more aggressive, get stacked up a lot closer because they know that they have no flank threat to worry about. X10 actually going to call a timeout here with FNATIC pulling 1 round ahead. The buy's not pretty, Lauren. It's I mean, it's no real surprise, but once again, there just seems to be an inability to kind of deal with the early round pressure. And again, one thing you look towards is certain players kind of being on point with their rotations, kind of finding early information, backing away, knowing when to, you know, give up a site and play a full retake. But FNATIC are just so good at setting up a strong post plant that, I mean, even there where it goes, you gotta say favorably for X10 in the first, you know, 10 to 15 seconds. FNATIC just play numbers. It's just a trade back and forth, comes down to a 1v1, and the players on FNATIC right now just on point.
And I don't want this to necessarily deem that X10's individuals aren't good. Like, how many times have we seen Paddypan having great rounds, or in that previous one, Scary, Fox in the last map. So many of these players are great individuals, but you got to be that collective right now to be able to take down FNATIC, it looks like. But a fast flash through middle, potentially. Nothing massive off the back of it. But a quick build towards A-Long, and as you highlighted earlier, The economy's in a bad spot for X10 here, so if they can get anything out of this, that'd be fantastic. But Boaster ahead of the flash plays into it, does not care. It's for the birds, and now Dirk are going to take up that space, and once again, they just take so much early map control here that they can fall away from this. They've done brilliantly already. Getting a little bit of a top-up as well. And they can reaggress when needed. You can see Fox trying to find that room, and it's just Dirk is very aware right now.
Yeah, maybe comes through to try and retrieve that weapon. I think Fox the only one that didn't purchase anything. Yeah, FNATIC still cautious in approach. Yeah, this is when that paranoia starts building. FNATIC trying to abuse these rotations. Is he going to come through? Patipam will find one. Boaster trades it out though, and there you go. A site on a platter for them.
Oh, so many bodies still up. There's the wall as well. Just having so much utility to make this hard as hell to play back in from. Speaking of the double stack down there too, Sushi Boys. It's gonna have a brutal time trying to make anything out of this. No one offering anything up either. You can see the discipline on FNATIC right now. Yeah, Magma and Doma can be the first ports of contact. You can see them trying to clear that. Not gonna quite get what they want. Instant pressure comes back in. Good connection there towards Magnum. They still have to clear out that now triple stack in hell. Oh, this drop down's not pretty at all. Nope, Boaster. There's the first, the mad leap out from Scary. But FNATIC are fine. And this is road to recovery for them. I think, once again, take what you want from that loss to Sentinels. I think most of us put... I'd say... I don't know if I'd say most. I'd say a lot of people did predict FNATIC to go to that lower run after seeing, look, if you're facing Sentinels, these guys are on point, but this is the first real time we've got to see FNATIC beyond that now. We get to see what they look like after the back of that quite big loss. And something we often said about them, at least coming into this event, was that they do well having to build back in. They're good at learning from mistakes. They can pull this one back off. We questioned whether or not it'd work with these younger players, but at the moment, this is confidence building. We do have the buyback in, though, for X10. It looks like Patipam wants to get involved.
The two members actually drifting all the way around. The flash goes through, though, so both Cruz and Patipam at least noted in terms of the audio cue there from the flash. It's on Durka and Mystic really be diligent if they do decide to push through. Elsewhere, three members of FNATIC pressuring towards Garage, maybe trying to pull out a rotation once again. With one flash left, but Mystic able to clear through with close angles should he choose to. And just look at it. I mean, X10 have to respect this. They're backed up so deep. Nobody even playing inside B. They're all huddled towards C-Link here. And they're playing so deep on site.
Durka can punish this double stack on long. They know it's there. Yeah, Durka's perfectly read this off the back of that Sky play as well. Mystic does get caught by it, but now Patipam's trapped. He's trying to get himself out of it. Durka denies, and that's huge. That's now the side theirs. But look at the spike. It's on the way, but there's going to be a bit of timing on this. 30 seconds. Maybe Scary can cut off these rotations, make it maybe manageable for X10. It's a big amount of pressure on him, but they've just slipped away in time. He's lost that window of opportunity. His position now noted, and Fox can't make the play back in on this alone.
Spike planted.
I don't even think he can with the teammate. Scary now backing away wisely. I mean, at this point, you got to hold on. X10 have to get something going. And even in the rounds early on there, like I said, Mystic finds the audio cue off the flash to note that somebody's on long. And they're given so much time and space for Durka to move through sewers. It's almost like just like not respecting the Viper setup, right? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm just gonna walk it. And the problem being, I mean, FNATIC are barely investing any utility in terms of stalls. So once they're getting onto site and getting these plants, the retakes are just rough. Like, it's always with the wall. I mean, even now, look, Doma's still got the wall, right? So even if they didn't find these kills, they'd be able to get up, set up comfortably on site. Nobody can contest the wall before it can reinforce it. It's just, when you talk about this sort of composition having so much stall on defense, the same applies for the post plants here.
Spot on. And this is going to be the question mark that we put to whoever makes it through the lower bracket. Is, I guess it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And FNATIC are bounding back here. This is what, 6 in on the trot now. And we haven't quite seen the reply yet from X10. They've tried a couple of switch-ups, getting aggressive on the extremities. None of it's paid out. As you highlighted perfectly there, this is where they've got to stop it now. Otherwise, again, the buffer's going to be so slim, so marginal to work with on that half switch. It's going to be very hard to bounce back into it. So we've got to see Gotta see a little more from them. FNATIC still, though, going through the motions. They've definitely had the run of A, but it looks like a switch-up's come in.
That's going to play a much deeper setup. With Sushi Boys rotating over, I guess on the back of having that lockdown, which has been online for a while here. I've got to highlight it. X10 need to build a plan around making that, or putting it to use at least. So with this readjustment, hopefully that's what we're going to see. Another set piece coming out from FNATIC, at least a little bit of utility involved.
Get out of my way.
Durka going to come all the way up onto site, and Fox actually will find Doma and Sewer here, but side control in favor of FNATIC comfortably.
This does give it a little bit more leg towards retake at least. Fox can be a nuisance, can be a problem. Magnum really wants to dig him out of this. I don't think Fox is aware of it. No, he's not at all. Magnum finds him. Ult can go down if wanted, trying to get that timing just right. Seeker's going to go through, and X10 were postured for this. Both ults coming in now.
Yeah, and again, Magnums has gone down later, so there's nothing X10 can do to close the distance. Durka actually is going to ride it out because he knows. Again, the second lockdown should protect him. Scary will find one. Actually, a man advantage now as a 2-for-1 trade comes through. Mystic going to respond.
Cruz, maybe. He's got to get that speed going, though. He can't wait too long. He's still got utility, but he's banking it on being on Sewer. But he's not. He's on the close box. He gets down Magnum, but time now. How do you dig the final player out? Mystic just has to play the clock. The shoulder peek's in, the jump peek's there. And he's done more than enough with just that little bit of movement in the end as X10 once again gets so close. But it does not matter. FNATIC win the round. It's 7 on the board.
Yeah, it's just not an awful lot X10 can do differently there. Like I said, it's just such a good execution from FNATIC. Again, they isolate Fox. They know that they have enough site control where they can invest 2 players literally to just go hunting. And there's no counter pressure comes through. Nobody is able to push through because they're setting up those lockdown. The call right there from Sushi is, no guys, wait, I've got lockdown, stay in A-Link. We don't need to come through and challenge. So it's almost like Fox, even after First Blood comes through, he said to the Slaughter, there's nothing they can do to keep him alive.
No. And you can see the money. Again, the economy's been harsh for X10. Even in the rounds they've been getting close on, not getting away with guns, no benefits, but Paddy Pan trying to make the difference. Sheriff by the side, expecting the swing from Doma, but he can't deal with it. Cruz, though, pounces. Good work. Spike now dropped. Aggressive burst comes out from X10. Maybe that's what they needed. Magnum turns the flash and turns the kill. Gets Cruz down. Tries to convert towards Garage as well, but it's a mad battle to retrieve that spike. And finally a 2v2, but none of those guns were attached to Fox as the ult. And he's... Oh no! Oh no! Only one! A couple of missed knives going astray. Leaves Dirk with a chance now to close out in this 1v1.
Durka just anticipating if Scary was going to come through and try and find a weapon upgrade, but he hasn't. He actually respects it. Backs all the way up onto C site. Durka going to have a free plant here and an opportunity to play very, very aggressive.
Spike planted.
All the time in the world, and Scary's still on C long, Lauren. It's going to take so much time for him to come through. He's going to be running. He's not going to have time to walk here. This is all playing into Durka's favor.
He's got a Spectre. I think there may have been more down there, but Divide coming out.
Yeah.
Durka now needs to kind of play without the audio cues, but it doesn't seem to matter too much, at least to this. Scary can get close towards the site, and Durka going to take the time. He spotted him. Durka's just going to play him like a fiddle. This is nasty work. Durka can just play it out, dips in, does have a look. Scary, great work, but he doesn't have the time. He tried the best he could. He gave it everything he had, but in the end, Durka just played it to the second.
Just toying with him, with that divide going up. You gotta say again, that divide going up almost gives Durka a secondary layer of, you know, playing a much deeper angle than he would be from Sewers. So, yeah, it's a really tough round to watch. I mean, Fox unfortunately misses the first. Only good for one from the window. FNATIC on the brink of closing this out. 9-3 on the half. Decent purchase coming back in though. It's the only saving grace really for X10 here.
Oh, Fox just full take in that, but great pick, denying Durka freedom. 4 would be a gateway. It would be a start. It would be enough to suffer through a pistol loss potentially, which is maybe what they need here. Magnum going to build off the back of that flash. Going to at least force him back for a second. No, good work again from Sushi Boys here. Nice punish on Magnum. He knows more pressure could be coming through towards Garage, so going to go for the adjust back around towards the C site. So far, so good. Ticking the box for X10.
Now they readjust here. Expecting, or at least scary expecting, for FNATIC to maybe pivot away, and it's Boaster. Always the one that lurks into B. Doma's posted up outside though with him. Will go through. Gambles correctly, and Doma with a perfect counterbeat. Scary. We'll be very, very careful now.
You will not.
Actually, that's giving them the revive here, so brings it to a 4v4, Lauren.
Where is that spike as it stands? Still in the hands of Mystic as they do start to build towards that B side. Scary isolated a little, but now he's got pressure from both fronts. He's going to be boasted to punish. You're going to have a look down towards the C site. Connector now controlled to an extent. Mystic with the quick plant. Fox on the way, but 3 players on the playback. Always tricky to play retake with Ops, but let's see what Fox can do. Opting for the rifle above it. Both still at the back of site, being a nuisance, being a pest to try and clear. Fox needs to find a way in. The double stack as instantly comes around. Mystic doesn't allow it. Paddypan tries it. This is a shutdown. FNATIC maintain large and supreme. This is just them in control here.
Switching sides.
Yeah, nothing that can stop them. Really, really convincing. Even the rounds that, again, right there, X10, they get their big win condition, right? They deal with Durka in the early round. They find the first blood, and FNATIC are able to just completely control the pace of that round and swing it back in their favor. X10 are kind of itching to make a move throughout that round, and FNATIC able to just exploit that. Look at that.
Coming in, we're back into game, and it is 9-3 still in the second half here. FNATIC with a dominant performance to begin with. However, the pistols have been a problem.
They have, as Boaster will fall off the rip here. A swing out of double doors. Magnum there to greet anybody else looking to follow up on it. And actually the turret going to get dealt with, and it's 4 coming up long here. Magnum got a lot to deal with. We'll find the first. It will be traded out by Sushi.
And Durka's going hunting, and the timing could be just so perfect from Scary. Just turns around. You can see it knife out now. He's just trying to close that gap. But Spike is going down.
Spike planted.
Now he's got good positioning here. Now Scary's going to at least consider this. Yeah, turn. Good timing there. Spots out the utility coming from corner of site. Spots one on the site and knows that Scary's there. That's big information garnered just from Durka, but he needs Mystic and Doma to do some work from CT. But look at this post-plant positioning in Garage.
Should lean away from that. Again, a 1-for-1 comes through. Sushi will find that. Doma will respond. Good opportunity. I mean, oh, we just needed to catch Sushi there, but he's going to find one more. Durka falls. It comes down to a 1v1.
Sushi Boys. He's tried to play the timing, he does it so well. Excellent round from him to claim the perfect start for X10 going forward.
I think Doma still had the wall there as well. Again, difficult in that 1v1 situation to get it down and find value from it, but potentially if he has a little more time and space with Durka not falling, Doma could have set up that wall when really, really difficult to break through that. Fantastic round from Sushi Boy. They're finding that initial trade on the entry up C long. Good work from him. Again, clutching out this 1v1 as well. Nice little 4-piece from him, and another pistol round slips through FNATIC's fingers.
Feels FNATIC, man. I mean, welcome. What are you gonna do? For now, it looks like a little set trap towards C, just stacked up, right? Just off the back of maybe some contact and a pop flash from Mystic, potentially. Boaster gonna try and bait him in. I don't think... I hope they're not gonna fall for it. Nah. Bit of a laboured spray, but Cruz will convert towards Boaster. Don't make me nervous, Fox.
I'm getting nervous. That's, okay,
No.
thank you, yeah. Durka got the tag there. I was like, I think he's low, so I'm just going to send it. This whole time, oh no.
Wait, that's Spike.
Magnum's found a spike.
Down A.
Okay, it's okay. Fox is still alive, it's okay. Magnum. Gonna hear these steps. It's a lot of players coming past. They don't check it, they don't check it. Oh god, he gets one. Okay, okay, it's fine. It's still fine. It's still all okay. 35 seconds and Doma is going to be on the site. Now keep in mind, one of these players is pretty far away. That's for... Oh, no way. Doma. 1 HP in a dream. 25 seconds in a 1v1. Jet is on the way. Fox is trying to come over. Patty Pan up and over he goes. Finds Doma, and it's all gravy. It's all good. There was never a problem. There was never a problem, Hypok. Don't worry about it.
I glanced up to the minimap and I was like, Fox is literally in Narnia right now while all this is going down on A site and he's only 30 HP. Oh.
Okay. It's okay.
Well, first 2 on the board. That's a start, right? And actually, looking back towards the Crazy Raccoons series, at least on Haven, X10 did have a stronger attacking half. So,
It's very true.
let's hope they can continue this, but build a little momentum in the early rounds, get some of that economy online. That's not what you want to see. Durka gonna find Sushi Boys right off the rip. That's
Just
right here, top of
straight down,
default.
yeah,
going for the orb, I think.
Oh, Doma, so much pressure. Nice work from Fox to try and capitalize on that fullback. Mystic with a good trade, but now he's going to be controlled towards the site itself, but gets himself out of it. Now, they've lost that timing or maybe that quick hit they could have gone for, capitalizing on some of these picks, but as it stands, Cruz is going to back away from this.
Mystic going to get a little more information off that. Again, this was riding through the economy. 3 Spectres on the side of X10 here. Weapon advantage definitely in FNATIC's favor. Flash goes out again, not going to find anything. And Boaster, similar situation to what we saw in the half.
Good flash.
Oh, actually, here comes they don't check that. Cruz, though, will find Mystic.
It's on a knife's edge, but it's being kept together okay. Magnum only gets 1. This isn't tradable either. Boaster, though, still alive on long. I'm amazed he gets away with that on Patty Pan. Now Scary trying to push through towards CT, gets claimed by Durka. That was close. X10 could have... I felt they could have done even maybe more with that, even though it was a bonus round. FNATIC are going to get to 10.
I mean, with no information on where Durka is, it defeats me why Scary doesn't stack up and just hard clear Boaster. They know that they tagged him up on the cross. They noted that he went towards long.
Ooh.
I don't get it. I don't get it. A little bit of a misplay there. Maybe the pressure really piling on here in MAP-2. Again, they're fantastic for the clearance on the way in. Yeah. And again, on the back of that flash, again, similar situations to what we saw in the first half, right? No audio cue off the flash, and they swing immediately on it.
Is this gonna be a straight walk? Oh no. Durka, this terrifies me. He starts getting a little frisky. Do you get nervous? Yeah, he's trying to re-peek into that box. Absolutely denies it. Gonna quickly take the space that Durka was trying to play with, and he's actually gonna push further on. That's pretty nice from Fox. That's a lot of room garnered. Yeah, Magnum has no idea. Boaster could even be predicted. No, but he does stay alive. But great damage from Fox there off the back of some good space. But Doma just absolutely Ferraris it up mid. Now the spike's still to hand with Sushi Boy, so they still got a good chance on a spike plant here uncontested.
Enemy remaining.
Seekers come out, reveal Boaster's position. He reads that one wrong, unfortunately. Gambles on the wrong way. Mystic, the last man standing here, and extend on the brink of actually putting up a nice round here. Mystic will find a consolation in the form of Cruz, but quickly traded out by Patty Pan. Now, bigger picture, I mean, ultimate progress way in favor of FNATIC. Even though these early rounds have gone the way they have, they found enough kills to make it worthwhile at least. And I gotta say, even with 2 surviving there, it's not as clean as you want. For X10 to really build any sort of buffer here, they need to be coming through and winning flawless rounds or only losing, 1-2 players max. So yeah, look at this. Everything except Boaster, right? 2 away from the Cosmic Divide.
There's every opportunity now for X10 to try and drag this back. They have 6 rounds, and Durka's done that to them. They've taken away Fox, okay, but still, keep in mind the other 4, all rifled up, geared up, but they have no one really watching that back. You can see the paranoia in their mind starting to build. They've had to kind of change things up, investing the Killjoy ult as well on this.
down the nano as well, but no real follow-up on this just yet.
No.
It's a little late, if I'm honest, to come through. Hopefully doesn't get punished.
Who's that in garage? Is it Patty Pan?
Yep.
That's pretty big positioning. If he gets this right, there should be no problems here. FNATIC may be looking just to try and do some damage, get these guns away at this point. Seeker's going in as well. Okay. Patty Pan's position kind of gets a little bit of its efficacy removed, but it's dealt with in the end. He does a little bit of damage. No way, Doma, don't be doing this. No way. He's sticking this one. No one's taking him off it just yet. Doma is getting away with murder. He finally gets taken down. X10 having to put everything. Mystic, he sits it, but no. Big deny comes out from X10. It was close.
We've seen something similar from FNATIC before, right? The only thing missing there is the cosmic divide to make sure that the wall can reinforce and it can stabilize there and tank a little more damage. I mean, and that's on the back of, I gotta say it, you know, Sushi Boy's got to be the one, and I understand it because the lockdown is what they're trying to, I guess, make sure that they can get control of B side from, but there's no control in the early round, and if you've done any homework on FNATIC, you've got to come back to, on Haven, on defense, they're very proactive in A lobby. So to not have that flank control there and invest a player solo with no contingency at all, if he does fall, it's a little weird to see. I mean, it doesn't end up being a factor there, but it's just these small kind of adjustments that I want to see with the utility and positioning from X10 that just makes it feel a lot safer. Because even there, they won that round. My God, was it close. My God, was it close.
And you're right, like, we've seen, you know, with the Astra ult coming in as well, like, coupling it together, what can actually happen. So it's that, not necessarily, I guess it is the next layer of that piece, but you could see how dangerous it is just with that wall on its own. So, good work to X10 to, I guess, keep composure, question mark? It got a little bit scary. But it's a round on the board, right? Let's kind of roll it back to what it is. Looking at the second half, it's now 4 rounds garnered, 1 response from FNATIC. Yeah, we know what pistols are like, but these are now gun rounds. This is the meat of it, right? This is, you know, the lettuce, the tomato, Dan. It's, you know, we're really going through all of it. This is everything that they needed at this point. So, forcing the tactical out of FNATIC's pretty solid.
It is, and I mean, ultimately, to economy-wise, to break that momentum and go 2-1-2 in terms of the round timeline, sorry, is a big win. Yes, FNATIC back on their buy now, but again, great opportunity to break the economy once again. It's 10-8. You can bring it within 1 round. It's only 3 rounds now, and now bear in mind, it was 9-3 on the first half.
We might have
A big investment, actually.
I'm getting excited, hype up. We actually might get a bit of a game. I was a bit worried after map 1. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, the other thing as well, investment-wise from the Ultimates, it's going to take FNATIC a couple of rounds to get back to that position, right? And you talk about when you have such a huge lead, you can't just ride out until you have a round where you have all 5 Ultimates up. And you can literally just, like, bully a round win, right? To either stop the momentum of your opponent or just kind of cheese out a round. Now, with that investment there, the Seekers come through, the Blade Storm, Boaster's 1 away from his Cosmic Divide, but really, I mean, if the stars align again and X10 tries something similar, then it's going to be difficult to have the same kind of effectiveness with that ultimate. It's going to take FNATIC a couple of rounds to recover from that. If X10 can now pile on the pressure to what they've already done early on here in the second half, it's going to get really interesting.
Game on here. 1 more and they're right on the verge. The money's not perfect for FNATIC. They're, you know, it's these kind of hit and miss buys, these kind of on and off ones. And we've got the quick flash towards middle, going to try and force away this peak. They just countered Durka's over-aggression so hard. Mystic, though, doubles down on this. This is a messy rifle round. And FNATIC trying to just play this fire-based game. Magnum somehow got Patty Pan there, but Sushi Boys with a quick trade. This is just, look at this round. Look at where they are taking this fight. It is all on, like, attacking side spawn almost. And now here comes the change-up. Sushi Boy's going to take that spike right towards the site. Doma's going to have to lean back away from this now. And you're going to have Fox tucked down at the bottom of mid.
Yeah, going to be able to reset for us a couple of nanos on the spike as well. So Boaster and Dome have got to be quick here. Now, looking at where the Fnatic players fell, no opportunity for the res either. For x10, if they can remain composed. No wall either. Was used in the early round. And the clock ticking away here, Lauren.
Going for the res on this Fox. That's a freebie. Oh, great work from Doma, though. Just body blocking it. Oh, my word, Doma. Out of nowhere. How does he do that?
Okay, yeah, he has got. I was going to say for a second there, I thought maybe came through a little late, but baits the res perfectly. The timing on that swing, you can see the cogs turning for Fox. It's like, when do I reveal my position here? When? But Doma, absolutely perfect. Perfect. Coming up huge for Fnatic to stop that one. And do you know what as well? The Nano Swarm, it almost makes it, what was it, 1.1 seconds?
Yeah.
If that Nano Swarm's just a little later, it keeps Doma off again.
I mean, this is the margin between these two right now. This is a second's difference. A couple of choices, a couple of ults coming online as well now for x10, so make note of that. And Boaster going to post himself up. It was Durka getting Aggie in mid last time. Boaster this time going to go for it, but already losing out. Mystic, really nice mid take coming out from x10. They seem very well prepared for this now after that last dabble of aggression. They've been winning out on this first step, but there are plenty of players from Fnatic here. Magnum in the ult with Paddypan. Doma up on top. Divides there. This is a heavy invested round. Magnum does get the better of Paddypan. And now this is where the pressure starts to mount, because look at where the spike is. Over towards that C side, and Durka's on the other side. Sushi Boy's waiting just more in a traditional spot. He's going to step this. Yeah, Seekers go out, but he couldn't quite get the shot as cleanly as he wanted. A trade was there for Scary. And now the 2v2. Magnum, brilliance, but now Fox called upon against Doma. Tries to catch him early. The slow's there. The tag comes out. The spray for Doma again. Big Daddy Doma clutches this one up out of the chair, in the faces. Fnatic making it onto 12.
Back to back for Doma. Putting two huge rounds on the board here. Fnatic on 12 on map and series point. Massive stuff from the youngster. Wow. And again, everything goes right for x10 now. I feel like this is such a good hit. And they pivot away from the aggression perfectly. Magnum finds Paddypan. At that point, they have to respond quickly. They have to readjust. And x10, like I said, they do everything right there.
He's out of the chair. He's loving it. They're on 12. And x10 have been pushing hard in these rounds. These have been clutches. These have been individuals just kind of closing it out. But this is an A piece we haven't seen in a triple stack on Sewer.
Yeah, it's not typically how we see Fnatic pressure A lobby or fight for control here. Definitely a little different, but already Durka coming across here. It's going to be a fourth.
Killjoy out comes in as well. Durka on the other side of this, going to see him above it on the wall going up. Doma going to back away now. They've done as much as they can in the time they had. Mystic.
Oh no, Mystic can stay.
He's got a bit of corner to play with here. That ain't bad. He can be real quick to this, but Doma even faster. Finds Sushi Boys. And now the 2v3, and it's x10 trying to just hold on for their tournament life. Mystic can only get one, and they cling on off the back of Paddypan, shutting out Mystic.
Okay. But the stops on 12-8 now, the score. A real back and forth round. I thought there would maybe Mystic makes a sound, and whoever that is playing deep, I think it's Sushi that's playing all the way deep in A lobby, catches that, but hey, I criticized the set pieces and the executes.
Happy.
That's another one right there, Lauren, that really impressed me.
There's...
That's to counter the stack. That was a 4-man stack from Fnatic.
That's a really good point. It was a massive investment. Fox, speaking of investments, all out walking mid right now. And the money's shoddy from Fnatic. They're down to bits and pieces. Marshals and sheriffs. Nothing much. And there is heavy armor actually behind Durka, so eyes on him, I guess. But Fox, how much space has this man got?
If he doesn't catch this C long or the garage, I say, yeah, he will spot out Magnum. I say, it could get a little dicey there. Sushi Boys will double down. Find that. Again, this one.
It's got to be clean.
Let's say, yeah,
Very
really nice.
Beautiful stuff. It is.
Trying to
doesn't
thread
feel-
the needle.
Yeah. So, well, back down to the old classic. Not gonna happen. X10, huge round, clean as anything. That's 5 alive, everything they'd want.
I mean, we talked about obviously the recovery from that round previously, and FNATIC now back on 4 ultimates, and it's the key playmakers, right? The Cosmic Divide, the Lockdown, the I mean, only the Blade Storm invested there. They have the Seekers to boot. This is the one really expecting FNATIC to weather the storm and take control here. On the side of X10, nothing left in the tank, ultimate-wise.
Ducker is struggling to make it away from that. You can see him taking a chunk of damage off the back here. Has to fall away, bailed out by the flash. And a little bit of map control garnered early. But you can see the response over towards C-Long. It's Boaster trying to go for a walk. They want aggression on both sides of the map. He's going to post himself up, allow them to stack out towards A, and the Seekers have gone out as well. So Boaster's in a world of trouble here potentially, but they've got to check on this. They've got to check on this Boaster. He's been found, he's gone down, and now it's the site open and available. It doesn't matter about the divide by now. They're going to be on the side. They're going to be planting this one out, but Magnum, he's ahead of this. He's trying to get around this one as quick as he can. No, Sushi Boy's huge denial. Great work there, but the answer comes back in. Mystic out of nowhere, and it's just Patty Pan. No way did they just do that.
And it's Doma again, coming up massive in a round for FNATIC here. And again, everything goes right